There's also a point where the stress of the situation and the frustration of the situation, and you know, it sometimes needs a little bit of direction from someone sitting calmly looking at it on a page on a book. It's like a document manual. Andre, I think, in that respect, is just sitting, waiting. I know the thoughts going through your head at that point, and it's just despair. It's just where the whole world falls underneath you, and you can't quite believe what's going on.
Oh my goodness.
Just shows you they've been taking it so easy for hours with that car. Missing all the curbs, careful driving, not taking any risks at all, and then for this to happen.
Toyota last year, Porsche this year.
Race isn't over.
See, my little brain is thinking, what if they were just to take the other Porsche, drive it up behind, and push it back to the pits?
Alas, we're not rallying here, Peter. We're not rallying.
I'm just thinking, get it back. Somehow get it back.
And the look says it all. Oh, the belts are undone. The driver's radio's out.
It's over. Porsche out of the Le Mans 24 hours for 2017 with the #1 car. The #2 car remains in this motor race.
No, hold on a second. He's now looking, and is this I think this is to disable the electric system on the hybrid so that the marshals can push it, so that the car effectively isn't still alive. And you can see the marshals on the left-hand side with the big yellow rubber gloves. And there you see the car #2. That's 5th overall right now. 13 laps still behind the man as he's on the radio there, Andre Lotterer.
So he's got another external radio.
Yeah, but he's not too far away from the car, so he still can, in theory, get back in if they have some situation where they think they've got a rectification to at least allow him. There's Jarvis going back. The second place man's taken another. It's only 10 laps is the difference between Andre Lotterer, parked beside the circuit, and second place Oliver Jarvis in the LMP2.
You can service the car, you can do as you wish, but there's no toolkit in these things. They are so complex nowadays. But can he see if he can get that car running? Nervous, anxious looks down there in Porsche. So then, as the depth of this moment still tries to sink in with us here in this commentary box, they've now introduced a slow zone at that part of the racetrack so that that car can potentially be recovered by the marshals. They're beginning to say, are you going to be able to mend this car, or is it out? If it's out, we need to remove it from a dangerous part of the racetrack so that another car doesn't hit it. Andre Lotterer technically still leads this motor race because he's still got a 9-lap lead, but that was a 13-lap lead a few laps ago, because Oliver Jarvis in the Jackie Chan Racing Orica is closing in, closing in, closing in.
12 seconds was the difference in the last lap between Brendan Hartley. Now the most chance of anybody getting into the lead of this race is now Lotterer is actually back in the car. Both doors open, they're trying to get it into it here. Here's the race director. It's Edward Freitas, his voice we're going to hear, race director.
Team manager, car 1, we are going to push your car into the opening, which is 20 meters ahead. If later on your driver can get his things together to continue, he is allowed to do it. We need to clear the track, please.
That's for safety, just to make sure that they're away while Andre Lotterer is there. This is the second place car, Jarvis coming into the pits. They should do some rectification to the rear of the car, because one of their rear lights is apparently not working as well. And if that is the case, then there's a tail change. Jarvis out, Thomas Laurent in, the young French driver, slides into the cockpit. Now they'll try to do this while the refueling is going on, and then afterwards they'll do the tyres, and then if they do require to change the tail of the car, which will include the rear wing, then they'll do it after those.